Hey guys, welcome back to my channel. It is finally fall. Yes, my favorite time of the year. I love fall and spring, actually. Those are my two favorite seasons. I saw a tweet of this one girl who mentioned that I come alive in the fall time, and I was like, yes sis. I related so hard to that tweet. So this is the look for today, guys. I went for a matte brown smoky eye and a nude lip. I feel like this look is so effortless and it's so easy to achieve. It is literally my favorite look to create in the fall time, but I personally prefer a brown smoky eye over a black smoky eye. I feel like that's too harsh. I feel like it's too much. And lately I've been loving a full-on matte brown smoky eye, so that's the vibe that I went for today. Got glowy and hydrated skin. I'm so here for it. But before we go into this video, I have some really exciting news for you guys. You guys no longer have to wait for only Sundays for me to upload anymore, because I'm going to be uploading twice a week now, Thursdays and Sundays. So make sure you guys are subscribed. Make sure you have your bell notifications turned on so you know when I upload. I want to kind of like test out the waters and see how you guys respond to the 2 videos a week, and if it goes well, I'll definitely throw in a third day. I feel like I want to give you guys as much love as I do with my Instagram, because I feel like with Instagram I post more often. I'm so excited to film more videos for you guys. But yeah, I'm gonna stop rambling now and let's get into this tutorial. So the palette that I'm gonna be using is actually a new palette for me. I've never even touched it. Brand new condition, and I've never used this brand either, so I guess low-key this is a little bit of a first impressions. It's by this brand called Deck of Scarlet, and I got the palette while I was in New York. So this is what the palette looks on the inside. So the shades that I'm going to use right now is this brown shade right here as my transition color, and it's called Sacred. Then I'm gonna go in with this shade called Almond, and this is gonna help create our smoky brown effect. So I'm gonna go ahead with my NYX number 16 brush, and I'm just gonna take some of that shade Sacred, and I'm just gonna start blending it into my crease. Okay, so first thoughts already. It blends really well. The only thing is that the shade is too close to the color of my lid or to my skin tone, so it's not popping on me right now like I want it to. I feel like if you're more fair skin, this shade would probably really pop as a transition color. So I'm gonna bring in my Anti-Jackie palette, and I'm gonna go in with the shade Ginger. Now, I would show you guys this palette, but after my New York trip, it's been through some things, okay? Because that's the only palette I took with me. But yeah, I'm gonna go in with the shade Ginger, and I'll just like insert a little picture maybe like right here of what that shade looks like so you guys can see and you don't have to look at my dusty crusty palette. And then we'll go back in to that Deck of Scarlet palette and see how I feel about the other shade. So now I'm going in with this brush by Nabla, and it's their Precision Soft Crease Brush, and I love to use this to blend out the top area of my transition colors, and it helps you control your shadow more into the areas that you want it to stay in. So even if you mess up a little bit, you can control it back down, sis, and bring it back to where you want if you just take the time to blend it out, and it helps soften it up really beautifully. Okay, so now that I got my transition shade all the way I want it, I'm gonna go back into that Deck of Scarlet palette, and I'm gonna take this shade right here, Almond, and I'm just gonna take my Sigma E59 wide shader brush, and I'm gonna pick up that shade, and hopefully it does not play me, and I'm just gonna start packing it in. Okay, so first thoughts on the shadow. It packed on perfectly. It is not patchy at all, and there's definitely a lot of pigment there. I will keep you guys posted on this palette if I ever use it in other looks, because I haven't tried the shimmers and I'm not planning to try the shimmer shades today, but hopefully if I try it in the future, I will keep you guys posted in my next video. All I'm gonna do now is go back in with the NYX number 16 brush that I used for my transition color, and I'm gonna start to blend out that dark shade into my crease so that there's no harsh lines between the two. Okay, so I'm gonna leave the eyes as it is for now, and I'm gonna go in with foundation. Now first, I'm gonna start off with a little skincare prep before I go in with my primer, because my skin is really dry right now. I'm gonna go in with the Pharmacy Honey Girl Ultra Hydrating Face Oil, and I love using this underneath my primer because it gives me a really great hydration, and even when my skin is really dry, it starts to look really beautiful and the foundation applies so nicely. So I'm gonna go in with just a few drops of that. that. If you're oily, you're definitely gonna want to stay away from this product. But if you have dry skin, like even if you apply this at night as a moisturizer and you wake up the next day, I'm telling you, your face is so hydrated. It's amazing. And now for primer, I'm gonna go in with this primer. It's from Cover FX, and this is their blurring primer. And I really love using this in the areas that I have texture. So just like right around here and around my forehead has a lot of texture going on right now. And then for the rest of my face, I'm gonna go in with my Fenty hydrating primer. So I get the best of both worlds, you know, smooth down my texture as well as hydrate my skin. Okay guys, remember when I said I was done with the eyes? I kind of lied. I kind of feel like it wasn't intense enough for me. Like that was a cute subtle smoke, but I needed a little more smoke, okay? So what I did was I went back into Auntie Jackie's palette and I went in with this brown shade called Credit, and I'll insert a picture of that shade right over here, somewhere right there. And I basically took another brush from Nabla, and this is their pointed crease brush. And what I did was I just started to pick up the shade and literally create more definition, and I feel like that brought more intensity to the whole look. So now I'm just gonna go back in with my NYX brush and I'm just gonna start to blend it all out so that there's no harsh lines. But I just needed to come back and update you guys because I feel like this is definitely more of a smoky vibe. Okay, so now we're going back into primer, and I'm gonna go in with the Fenty primer in the outer area of my face, and then I'm gonna go in with some of that Cover FX blur primer. Guys, I can already see the blurring happening. I don't know if it's coming up on camera, but wow, that's working really fast. I personally like to use it over the oil because I feel like it blends into my skin so much better. Like it just seeps in right away. I don't know, maybe that's because, you know, the perks of using skincare before you apply your, you know, your makeup prep. I don't know, maybe that's why, but it just works better. So I've just been doing it that way ever since. And then for foundation, I'm gonna go in with my Fenty foundation, and I'm in the shade 370. I'm just gonna take some of that. I really want to try this foundation brush that I got from Cover FX, and it's their liquid foundation brush, and I kind of want to see how it blends out my foundation. I'm actually surprised at how well this is blending my foundation right now. Guys, normally I avoid brushes for foundation because they can be so streaky. And then I feel like I have to go back in and blend with a beauty blender anyways. So I never bother to really use a brush because I'm just like, okay, why am I gonna use a brush and then I have to blend it out again with a beauty blender? That's just a waste of time. That's an extra step I don't need in my life. I don't really apply any foundation on the outer corners of my forehead. I go in with my bronzer anyways, so I don't really see the point of applying foundation all the way, you know what I mean? And then I'm gonna go in with some concealer, and of course, it's my Too Faced Born This Way concealer, and I'm just gonna take a small amount of that underneath my eyes. And I'm still gonna use this Fenty sponge just to blend out my concealer because I do not like to use a brush to blend out my concealer. I've seen some people do it before. I don't know how they do it. Maybe it's an amazing brush just like the one I just tried, so I might change my mind in the future, but as of right now, sponges are life for blending out concealer. And then what I'm doing, guys, I don't know if you could tell, but I always do this with all of my eyeshadow looks. I just take my concealer and I blend it out to the outer corner of my lid so it kind of carves out my shadow. I love that look because I kind of feel like it snatches up your face a little bit when you bring up your concealer. And then now I'm just gonna go back in with my sponge, make sure I have no creasing left underneath the eyes. And I'm gonna take this a little sponge right here that I've been loving to use to set my under eyes lately. And I'm just gonna go ahead with my Laura Mercier translucent powder. Just have some right over here. And I'm just gonna pick up some of that and set my under eye. Also bring it up to this side here for where I kind of sharpened out my shadow. So pretty much everywhere I applied my concealer, I'm gonna set it. And I'm also gonna do it on this area of my nose because that is where my foundation literally creases the fastest throughout the day. And then I'm just gonna take this little Sephora brush I have and just wipe it away because I don't like to bake personally. I feel like it dries me out way too much, so I just set and dust it off. And then now I'm gonna go in with my bronzer, and this is my Cover FX bronzer in the shade Suntan Bronze, my absolute favorite bronzer. And I'm just gonna go ahead and bronze up my cheeks and my forehead to add some warmth back into our face. Alright, so now I'm just gonna go ahead and contour my nose using the same bronzer. You guys see me do this all the time. If you're not into that, you definitely can skip this step. This is so extra. I kind of do the most, I'm not gonna lie, with my makeup. It turns out to look good in the end, I promise guys. It's extra, but with a purpose, okay? And then what I do to go ahead to make it look really natural is I just take my fingers and I literally just blend it out. Now I'm gonna go in with some highlight, and this is by Bobbi Brown, and this is the Bronze Glow highlight. It looks like this. It's a beautiful golden highlight. So I'm just gonna take some of that on my nose. With this highlight, it's perfect, I feel like, for anybody who loves an intense highlight and those who love a natural highlight, because you can work it up to be like blinding and disrespectful, or you can just leave it very chill and natural, and that's what I love about it. So I'm just gonna go ahead and apply some on my cheeks as well. I mean, look at that guys. I barely applied anything and you have such a beautiful natural glow. I already know this highlight is gonna last me ages because you really don't have to use a lot. The lightest amount goes a long way. And I'm gonna go ahead with this Cover FX high performance setting spray. I recently did a whole wear test with this setting spray. You can still find it on my Instagram page, and the main reason why I liked it guys is it gives this beautiful glow to your face after you set your face with it. Like, I'm gonna show you guys what I mean, but you see how my foundation's already glowy and it looks dewy and hydrated right now? This adds like another level of glow on top, but then it also locks your foundation in, you know what I mean? So I really love it. I'm definitely gonna be incorporating it on days that I'm gonna be out for a long period of time. Okay, do you guys see the glow that is happening in my forehead? My forehead is shining bright like a diamond. Okay. Even on my highlight, it just blended into my skin. Like, are you serious? It's metro booming, it's disrespectful, just how I like it, but it just really absorbed into my skin. We don't look as cakey anymore. And now I'm trying another new product. It's a mascara and it's by CoverGirl. I haven't used a CoverGirl mascara in ages, so I'm really excited to see how I feel about this. It's their full spectrum CoverGirl Lash Ambition, and this is in Very Black. I think it's gonna be my go-to mascara for when I'm applying my lashes, because you want to save those really nice voluptuous mascaras for the times that you're not rocking lashes, you know what I mean? So what I'm gonna do now is I'm just gonna go ahead and apply some lash glue on my lashes so that while my mascara dries, my lashes will get a little tacky. I can go ahead and plop the falsies on. Okay guys, so I just went ahead and plopped on my lashes, and if you guys are curious to know how I apply my lashes, I have a very informative IGTV video on my Instagram. I'll link it in the description box below. I literally walk you guys through step by step of how I apply my lashes, and a lot of people thankfully have found it very easy to follow. So if you want to learn how I do that, just go ahead and click the link in my description and you can learn from there. The lashes that I'm wearing right now are by Velour. It's their I Don't Give a F. That's what it's called. I swear to God guys, I'll show you right now. That's what it's actually called if it will focus. I love a dramatic lash, and I really love their lashes because they always are so wispy enough that you can always still see the shadow through it. So now it's time for some lipstick, and I'm gonna go in with currently my favorite lip liner, and it's from Kaja Beauty. It's in the shade called Daybreak. And now I'm gonna go in with this new lipstick. It's by Sam Marcel. I've never tried any of their products before. They recently just sent me a really nice PR package. The lipstick looks super hydrating from how it is in the packaging. So I'm hoping it's good, and I'm hoping it's the nude vibe that I wanna go for. It looked very bright. That's why I already knew I needed a lip liner, as you guys can tell. Yeah, just go ahead with my finger to kind of blend it into the liner. I love how that looks. The formula of this lipstick is really nice. It's pretty much like any other, you know, hydrating nice lipstick. It feels comfortable on the lips, and the pigment is definitely there. So okay, Sam Marcel, I see you, I see you. This is the final look. All right guys, so I hope you enjoyed this tutorial, and I'm so excited for fall, and I'm super excited for the hotter temperatures to go away because I'm over them, period. If you guys enjoyed this video, make sure you give it a big thumbs up. Also leave a comment down below to let me know what videos you guys would like to see next. Thank you so much for watching, and like always, I'll see you guys in my next video.